Chazal tell us that the first thing you should do is what Eliezer said, Eved Avrom Anochi. I don't learn Daf Yomi. I'm so busy with other inyonim, the yeshiva and the koil, I don't have time for Daf Yomi. So being that I don't have time for Daf Yomi, I explained to the Rav Shlita that I'm going to be speaking about an inyan that has to do more with the parsha than it has with the daf. And he gave me rishus. So I'm asking the whole audience to be moichumi. And I'll speak about an inyan that's shaykh to the parsha more than the daf yomi that you're learning. I see from everyone that everyone's masking that I should continue. Okay, that's it. So I would step down. Nidrim happens to be a very, very interessant mesechta in this, that the Emerson, the Torah told us, Toiv asher roi tida mishatida. That's the Emerson. The Torah doesn't want you to make Nidrim. And the Rambam writes, why is Nidrim b'chal and noshim? Why does Nidrim have to do the noshim? The smichus to ksubis because it's a mepech of amadia. But more than that is because noshim Nidrim is something that noshim do. And that's why the Torah gave it in hafara of the Baal and the Av. Nidrim is a zach that shaykh more to noshim than there are to noshim. The son. That's why the Torah went out of its way and said that you don't have to go to a chochem to be matir. The Av can be meifir. The Baal can meifir sein. So very interesting that the Masechta, an answer Masechta on something when the Torah said roi tida. Aber es do amol, weißt du, chois when yet tida. In Chulin, the Bezim and Aleph, the Gemara brings down Remeir, and Remeir Tainus brings the psukim of Chiser dal Lidar or Yeh B'chachet, Toiv asher roi tida mishatida roi deshalim. Zalt Remeir. And Yehuda zogt, but if he's a noide mishalim, and the Gemara says, when is it shaykh that it's noide mishalim? By its harezu. Fragt Toish is a kasha. Vim Toimar, oi me zogt, am soll nicht machen keine Dorim, wo ksi vayida yakel neder. Bringt a Posik in Yoine, es a schon adarti asher imo. Zogt Toish is, wie Yeshroima, de b'shas tzore shori. So Toysha says, b'shas tzore megna. Even when Meir is moide, that b'shas tzore, you want to make a neder. And I bring that medrash. Very interesting. From the Russian of Toysha's what no is given, that it's shori, memeg machen a neder. Shori to make a neder. The medrash is a sach sharfer. Medrash says, Amayida yaken neder leimor. So the Medrash bringt a posik, asher potzu svosai v'diber pi batzari. Omer Rabbi Yitzchak Ababli, v'diber pi batzari, v'osot David Amel gemeint, when he said, v'diber pi batzari, shenoda, he made a neder. Val mitzvah bi eis sorosei. It's a mitzvah to make a neder be'eis sorosei. And that's the lamor. Steht da vayida yaken neder lamor. What's the lamor? So the lamor with doiris. Kidei sheyu noidrim be'eis sorosei. That it's a mitzvah to make it, to teach. Und azay steht in Parshas Chukas, when Amalek came to Milchama, steht vayida Yisrael neder. They made a neder. And the Medrash is medayik, steht nicht vayida b'nei Yisrael. Steht Vayidar Yisrael. Weil Klal Yisrael learned from Yankov Avinu. Von Yankov Avinu mit Ois gelernt. Zu machen an Neder, Beis Zorah. And it fears Ois. Omer Rebavo, Siv, steht Apostel Eichem Tilim, Asher Nishbau Hashem Nodau Avir Yaakov. Fragt der Medrash, why is it Avir Yaakov? Avir Avrom, Avir Yitzchak. Ein Ksiv kan. El Nodau Avir Yaakov. Toes HaNeder b'mi sheposach bo itchilo. Is Nodau Avir Yaakov, because Yaakov was Posach. He's the one that was Matir, that Be'ez Tzorah and Mura Matir. From the Medrash is Mashma Mitzvah. Toish is Mashma Shori. Und da sagt Mitzvah. Es mir dacht, that there's a Medrash was Dinsach. It's Machoikes. And I was we're going to have to be Miyashiv. A bit of Yankov Avinu. The Medrash, this is a Medrash, if you ever want to look it up. Ayin Ois Aleph. In Ois Pei Beis, Ois Gimel. Excuse me. In Ois Pei Aleph, Ois Beis, sagt der Medrash, Rabbonen Amni, Ma Yotcho Koidem Upicho, Azevi the Yad is Koidem Upicho, Kein Yeh Nidorecho Koidem Upicho. What does that mean? It means that the Meforsha Medrash that don't make a neder only when you have the item that you're making a neder on in biyotcha. For instance, you have the behemoth, and when you have the behemoth, you say Eliezer. But on them, you should not make a neder. Teidaroch, Shari Avinu Yaakov, Al Yidei She'iken Nidroi Nisbako Pinkosoi. Because he made the neder, it was Nisbako Pinkosoi. Shenema. Vayomer Elokim El Yaakov Kum Alei Beis El V'Shev Shom V'Asei Shom Mizbeach. State in Rashi on this pasuk. Kum alei beis el, ufi sheicharto baderech nensho, ubol chozois mibitcho. That Dina was nitfas and was, Shem did to Shem what he did to Dina, is because icharta benidroch, nenashta, uboloch mibitcho. And it's a first medrash Tanchum, and then he brings this medrash. So their medrash for the choice gewesen that Yaakov didn't do right. Because the medrash is using right Yaakov for an example that you should only make a neder when you're in Yotcha, Koidim Apicha. But Azoi, Afil, Avinu, Yaakov is for their medrash choice gewesen that it's not, you should not make a neder even based Sorah. Because if the neder is based Sorah, is Adrabah, so the kasha is Shomi Mitzvah Yeda Dovaro. If we get a medrash in Ayin state that it's a mitzvah to be noide, be a Sorah, so bezoi we can design that because it was Icher Nidroi, he was, what they state in Rashi? Sheicharto baderech nenashto, charto nidroch nenashto. So clearly these two medrashim doesn't seem to stim. Because if it's a mitzvah, it's mitzvah yeda davar roh. kommt aus. The other Medrash wird besser gestimmt with Rashi, that's a Rishus. With Toys, it's a Rishus, and Memeo Yaakov did it, and Lomais is auch da the Medrash, even a Yaakov durchgefallen. But if it's a mitzvah, so we'll sagen, tak, it's a machoikis, between the two Medrashim. And Memeo, this would be Pshat in the Steer and Rashi. Rashi over here says that why is it happened the Maisadina? Because Icharta Nidroch. Rashi says when the pasuk tells us Vayokam Balaylahu Vayikach Eshtei Noshav Eshtei Shivchoisov Besachad Osi Urodov. Frekt Rashi the Kasha V'dina Heichon Hoisa Nitna B'teva V'noa B'foneo Shoyitim Ba'esav Einov V'kach Nenesh Yaakov Shemona Me'achiv Shematar Zenenu Amutiv U'v'nofum Yad Shechem is a Chudah der Rashi sagt that why what was the Siba, what did Yankov do that should happen, that is Bito Shvinofum Yad Shechem, because he was Meneya from Yisrael, from Esav. Kach Nenesh Yaakov Shemona Me'achiv Shematar Zenenu Amutiv U'v'nofum Yad Shechem. That's this Rashi. Und der Rashi sagt, because he Chartes Nidroim. So, in das wird sich wenden. Gut, in das wird sich wenden. The Medrash that holds that it was mitzvah. So it wasn't the Chartes Nidroim. Was meint es? Kum alei beiser v'shev shom v'aseh shom mizbeach. Is da Medrash. Yaakov, Bocho, Yaakov. Shachachta Nidroch. Kum alei beiser v'beiser shaker v'aseh shom mizbeach. He was verkehrt. The Eibishter reminded him not to forget his neder. And it wasn't an Icharis neder. That's what the one who holds, that it's a mitzvah. So a mitzvah yeged over. The one that held that it's only a rishus, is if it's only a rishus. So Ichartes Nidroim. That's it when you can't learn. Is it clear what I'm saying? Is it clear? You sure? Will ich vereinfachen with a chidush, pshat. And what's the pshat of Ichartes Nidroim? Even if it's a shus, wie kommt es als Ichartes Nidroim? Yankov Avinu. Wie können seine Chartes Nidroim? Und zweitens darf man sagen, Biur, was ist der Zeh Umazeh? Ich schreibe on the Chazal that he didn't give it to Esav is Memele or in a Sata Beheta is Mida B'Midas. Sehr gut, stimmt, beautiful. You emanate it from Esav is she falls into Shem. That's the Mida B'Midas. But if you learn that it's because he Chartes Nidroim, was hat die Chartes Nidroim a Sheiches that Bita should fall into Shem? What's the Sheiches? How does that work? You can design. Was hat eine zu der Zweite? Because he Chartes Nidroim. And Mela so Bita. So on Bita, why she? Da steht noch Teitzei Dinner. But Favos is Yankov was nenesh. Yankov was nenesh. If that's a word of Yichartis, what's the dort in the word? So Efshe Kim and Zogan Hazei, this is a Chiddush Pshat. Chiddush. That Yankov b'Kavona was Yichartis Nidra. Kavona. Yichartis Nidra. And that is like this. You know what? Before we go that, before we mazba that, let's be mazba first. The mida b'mida. Okay, that's better. Let's first be mazba the mida b'mida. Then I'm going to say the chiddush, because the chiddush, the big chiddush, and chiddush should be before I leave. The mida b'mida ken zayin hazeh. How did Shimon v'Levi matzel and get out Dina mi-beis Shechem? Zok the posik. Yankiv had geschwiegen. Because Yankiv knew that it was his fault. So Yankiv geschwiegen. Sami li Yisuri Kabui. Remember Yankiv geschwiegen. Yankiv didn't say a word. Aber was vayana b'nei Yaakov Shechem es chamor aviv b'mirmo. The Targum says b'chochmaso. Aber it's b'chochmaso b'mirmo. That's the way it was done. It was done b'mirmo. When a person is ma'acheres neder, das heißt, he's not mekayim the neder when he should. Comes out that the neder is mirmo. A person makes a neder, right? It's a dibur, and he's not mekayim the dibur. Zok that ton kach v'kach. When tut das nicht, so bleibs the dibur mirmo. That's what the dibur means. It's the mirmo. Is because he was ma'achad nidroi. Is mimele. She was nitfas. And Shechem wanted to keep her, and the only way to get her out was a noifid of duch mirma. That was the only way to get her out. If that's what they chose, and they didn't choose any other way, so it seems that was the way to get her out, and the way was known as b'mirma. So das is the mida b'mida. You hear what I'm saying? Is it clear? As a mensch zogt a neder he's going to do so kach v'kach, and he doesn't do it. So that's not saying it is mirma.
How's that mirma?
How's that mirma? What does mirma mean? You're not doing what you're saying. It's trickery. It's trickery. Your words, what you're saying is trickery. You say you can do it, you say, I'll do it kach v'kach. And you don't do it, so is there a mirma? So the words are mirma.
That's not the person kavanah to people out.
Oh, but good. But it turns out to become a mirma. Sure. Even though he was machavin with Shem Shemayim. But at the end of the day, it's a mirma what he said. He didn't mean it. Good at Nikemein. But at the end of the day, it's a mirma. In Memei Mida b'Mida that it was Ichares Neder. I'm in Teveya given with his daughter that the only way to get her out was through a mirma. But the shaila is Yankov Avinu, Ichas Nidroi. The Medrash brings a raya, even Yankov Avinu. Aber dann verstehen Yankov Avinu. Ichas Nidroi. Aber Yankov Avinu be Ichas Nidroi. So you could learn. Without a chiddush, you could learn that he made a mistake. Because he said to the Eibishter, V'shavti b'sholma b'esovi. When he made the original neder, so he said, Miya okim imodi, V'shavti b'sholma b'esovi. That's what it was. He wasn't back yet of Beisovi. He was still at the Beisovi. And was the Zicharum gedreht 2 years? Why wasn't he in Beis Avi? Because he waited until Esav leaves Beis Avi. Calls man Esav doesn't leave Beis Avi, he wasn't Barui, even though he met Esav. And Esav says, let's go together, Nisim Neilecho, Vecho Negdecho. Und he gave him a kush. Und our Zachon, and I get him Shoichan and everything. Yankov Avinu was not Fazichet. Only when Esav left and left him over Beis Aviv, as Avek and Seir, is that time when he went away to Seir for good, is then Yankov Avinu felt that it was V'shavti V'shoma Beis Avi. He held it V'shavti V'shoma Beis Avi. But till then, is noch nicht dem Neder. The whole Neder was him. With a Tanai. No, the Tanai wasn't yet Mekayim. But the Eibusher hat doch anders gesagt. The Eibusher, when he said, the Eibusher said, Vashivoisicha o Adom HaZois. And once you come into Eretz Yisrael, Yankiv, you don't have what to worry. Ad Kidei Kach, the Chazal tell us, and the Ramban brings it down right at the beginning of the Parsha. He was Oichiz Ba'oznei HaKelev. He woke up a sleeping dog. Vashikste to him. He's sleeping. The says that you have nothing what to worry about. Das hat er gesagt. Vashivois Adom HaZois, and that's it. And it's over with it. And Yankiv V'Yin gehalten that name, and Moigat. Vayiyo Yankiv. Shem Yisrochachti Bechet. And when was he sure? Only when he shaved Beis Avi. So Memewe, to learn, that's like to learn, that Icher Neder was because he had upgelernt anders sein Neder. Had upgelernt, V'shavti B'shoma Beis Avi. Esav should be have gone, and then that's called V'shavti Avi. Damals heisich Megurei Avi, wie heintig Wochs Parsha. And the Eibusher time, you don't have what to worry. Wie du kommst on in Israel, you don't have what to worry. And this that he sent to Esav, you woke him up. That's Mogi can't say, but I want to learn a notion of Chiddush. That Yankov Avinu was dafka ma'acher the neder. Reason being, in the Cholim they showed him the ganze Osid. In the Vayachroim, V'nei Sumot of Altzavosh Magia Shamaymo, he saw the whole Osid. The Medrash says he showed him the Arba Morochim, our Chubonis, our Gershons, our what cars are made through, the Difis, the Ritziches, v'chu. Man Malz gewissen. Until the Kates. And Yankov knew the Kates. But they told us in Parsha Vayechi. Mit dem Malz gewissen. Und Yankov Avinu Moir gehabt. A Yira Yankov. Yankov hat allemaal Moir von Shem Yisrachachti Bechet. That's Yankov Avinu. That Chas v'shol, Klal Yisrael comes to such a matziv that they're not worthy. It's chotch to feel the Eibusher gemacht a neder with the obvious, a shvur, and he's gonna be Mekayim. He's gonna take us back and give us Eretz Yisrael. Or maybe we're not worthy. And if we're not worthy, it'll be Ichar HaNeder. Ken sein, wer weiß. Ken sein, jeden, wenn Chas v'shom fallen in Azam Matzib, that the Eibusher wird sagen, this is not what I meant. And I'll push it off. Oh, is Yankov Avinu goes and is ma'acher his neder. And he gets punished for the Ichar HaNeder. He gets punished. Is with this that the Eibusher punishes him for the Ichar HaNeder. Weiß der Eibusher, als Ichar HaNeder is wrong. Wir kennen sein Macher HaNeder. Oh, So wird der Eibischte käme nicht machen sein Neder. Once der Eibischte hat gewissen, also ich an Neder kommt an Neunisch, wie ein Geminus sofort, ist mir mehr, hat doch der Eibischte Pesche Osu a Pesche Hitte. Sagt doch, als ich an Neder ist Osser, wir können machen sein dem Neder, ist mir mehr, wird der Eibischte nicht machen sein Neder. Und das ist der Tochter von Beito Yachisheno. Als wir solche ist es Achisheno, und als wir nicht solche, wird es sein Beito. Wird es sein Beito. Hat nicht was zu machen. Ist da, wo Yankiv's Kavone. Als Yankiv ist doch meist over Simur Bonim. Als Yankiv bin was shown. The whole Osid. Ad Bechlau. Aber wer weiß, was kann ich so dazukommen? What's gonna happen? Is Yankiv bin was mache is nicht. And gets punished for ich nicht. Heißt es, der Ebische Paskin, als ich nicht is wrong. Es kommt dann auch nicht. Is aber so, er hat darauf doch in Yankiv Binu, that he won't be macher neder. Mr. Yerushalayim, I'd like to speak, we find ourselves in a massive today in America, which is very, very scary. You understand, you listen a little bit to the news, what's going on. As a pachadike, massive, America is not the America that it used to be. Or maybe it was, but we didn't. It covered it over well. But now it's open, and it's going down. Connected the Torah, connected the Rebishter. Connected was even worse than Sdoi. And here we are in America. Here we are. And the Gdolei Eretz Yisrael did not tell us to come to Eretz Yisrael. You don't hear that the Gdolei Eretz Yisrael should tell us. That's clear from this, that's it. Rav Chaim Volozhiner said that this is the letzte stanza. This is the famous story that was told over her from Rabbi Peres of Zunzai. And he heard it from a source. I forgot already who told me who heard it from. But it was by the Bar Mitzvah of the Beis HaLevi. It was Parshas Baal Oischo. And Reb Chaim Volozhiner spoke B'Shas Shal Shudas. And he spoke about that in Baal Oischo, the Torah tells us about Klal Yisrael being Niseiah in the Midbar. First, how were they Niseiah? Through the Chatzoyches, through Api Moshe, and the ganze Niseiah. So he said that Torah has stations, stanzas. The letzte stanza wird sein America. And then he started to cry. After Ma'ariv, the Nachas David went over to Reb Chaim Volozhiner. Nachas David was from his star, Talmidim, and says, Rebbe, the Oil wants to know how come the Rebbe cried when he said that statement. And he answered, well, today to create this stanza of Torah, wenn man darf durchmachen schwere Yisurim. Schwere Yisurim. And they say over that when Reb Aaron left Europe, he went to say goodbye to Reb Chaim Oizer. So Reb Chaim Oizer told him, gedenk, was mir gesagt von Reb Chaim Volozhiner, as the letzte stanza is America. Gedenk das. Remember, your avoid is to build Torah in America. And Baruch Hashem, Torah in America is unbelievable. Our boys say it's unbelievable. You see, in HaRav, the yeshivas, Baal-Batim, was man sitzt und lernt. Koilolite, yeshivas, Alofim, much more than Europe. And even Europe in the good days. What Klal Yisrael has today in Torah. In one base marriage in Lakewood, there's over 1,600. You can go out with Bach morning. Yeah, 3 floors. One has 800, one has 500, and one has 300. In one binyan. Was man sitzt around, and man sitzt around. That's one binyan. And then take the yeshiva gdoilas, and then that's, well, I'm talking about America right now. And the koyach of the Baal Batim, sitting and learning the daf. And now plenty of people took upon themselves to learn Yerushalmi, and Dirshu, and HaRav no, and all these different programs. We said, it's around this shiurim all over. People listen on the phone, people listen on their machinke. Stutzach around, all learning. The stanza from America, being the stanza of Torah is gewaldig. And the chesed that America does for Eretz Yisrael, chesed, you see, they don't stop coming. So, if they tell you a cute story from Eliashiv, it's a kind of a cute story. Rav Eliashiv sent over, and this is the Gra holds that way, and these are the pashas of Tosfos, that you can't borrow money unless you know where you're going to have paid up. Borrow money not knowing where you're going to pay it up, but the Eibush wird zuschicken, told me nicht reingeld. You can't lay money. They're no ashes. It's a much of the Tosfos in the grocery. So young man wasn't embarrassed and says, Rebbe says, so how do we borrow money to make chasnas? We borrow money, we make chasnas, we take from one gemach, another gemach. We're not supposed to borrow money. Sagt Rabbi Yashiv, Kolzman, es ist da in Amerika, hast du Wut zu opfern. Rabbi Yashiv, there's a Kolzman, America is here, then there's nothing to worry about. Yeah, it's haste that you have where to pay up. The schus that we have in America, that Rabbi Yashiv could say matter to borrow money because you have in America. It's not allowed. So those zayinim Rabbi say, we're here in a matziv with koyach. We have Torah, we have tefillah, the bate knesiyas, bate midrashas that we have K'nai Nor. The Gemara tells us in Megillah, Tveria had 13 bate midrashas. There's up to Gemara. On Avenue O, from Ocean Parkway to there, you have more than 13. You go down the street, you'll see how many bate knesiyas. Svardish, Taimana, Marakin, the Zachashkenaz. Oh, you go. There was Tutzach. I mean, we have to be misboinen in that tov of the Eibishter that he says they made it with us with Azah tov. So therefore, that's why the G'dai Yisrael don't say, in Eretz Yisrael do not say. And I was by Reb David Soloveitchik Zechrono Uvracha a year before his Petira, and he tells me, I'm a kind of you, I'm a kind of you. He says we have our problems with the draft. And with they're not giving us the money that we need, v'chul, and you, Baruch Hashem, in America. And the Eibishter has given us a tremendous bracha, tremendous. But after PK, we can't close our eyes from the matziv that we're living in, surrounded in a Medina mit a zeiful tumah. The first thing we have to know, Rabbi is saying, this is what the Eibishter wants to show us. With all the current events, for instance, they want to go pshat. How can it be that Trump should want to meet with an anti-Semite? So what's the answer? Because we were too for Maimon in Trump. Und wir haben gemeint, dass etwas, Trump. David gewesen, and I said, a goy is a goy, no matter what. A goy is a goy. Don't talk yourself in. That's what it is. That's the deceiver. We were always going, and then we heard he's gonna He's going to run for election. Gewaltig. So we have to come to Azab Parsha. What the Parsha is, Weist Yankov Avinu, how he doesn't want to have shaykhs with Esav. What Esav offers him. Let's go together. Let's be together. I'll help you out. So Esav. So Yankov Avinu. Geh gesundheit. We'll meet in Seir. We'll meet. We'll meet yet. Don't worry about it. I'm not itzta. Nicht is the first important thing that we here in America find ourselves in. America's Esav, as they schreibt the Chido. No, he's Ochi Esav, he writes. He's Ochi Esav. Van an Ochi van Esav, van an Esav. He's a Ochi, sagt he's an Esav. So we have to know that. That's the first important thing that we have to know. Nicht einreden sich, wie the Meshech Chochma at the end of Bechul Koisai warns that when people start saying Berlin, Zu Yerushalayim, that's when sorrows come. So the first thing we have to know is that we're in Edom and we're surrounded by Tumah. And the only thing that's keeping things going and keep the world afloat is this, that Yidden sitzen und lernen. On Motzei Shabbos, Yidden kommen und will lernen Divrei Torah. They're here, they want to hear a shiur. We will lernen. Yidden will lernen. We will lernen. That's what's keeping afloat. That's what. Aber wie heute mit Davening. Yankov Avinu, his first try with Esav. Vayishlach malach mefonim el Esav Ochi. Arzu seyes le'edoim. Schickt malachim. It didn't work. Bonu Ochi Esav. V'ni yoytzu l'kos chvava meyes ish imoy. Redzach nitayim. But the second worked. The second try worked. Why did the second try work? Because the second time I think it davened. It's a weggestellt daven. Kei Avram, Kei Yitzchok. Tvile. Abba say, we have to be mechazek ourselves in davening. Davening zum Boirei Olam. As the Eibishter is Hinei lo yonum lo yishon shomer Yisrael. The Eibishter watches over Klal Yisrael, especially when we learn sein Teure, und mit daven seine Tfilis, and we do his stocker, is the Eibishter hat nachas ruach from us. And therefore, if he has nachas ruach from us, he's tuned, he's always tuned, but he's more tuned. Er hat größere Ave. Wie der Chofetz Chaim sagt, someone came to Chofetz Chaim for Chizuk, sagt der Chofetz Chaim, Hashem oyev tzadikim, tu meise tzidkis, leon, daven, gibt stocke, Hashem oyev tzadikim, was willst du haben, sagt der Chofetz Chaim, what do you want, that's enough. Is this that we, Baruch Hashem HaZoiche, Teure and Tefillah, he's giving us to do it, but where? Mit tun, mit lernen, mit davening, mit tun mitzvahs, mit tun stocke. We help people get married, we help people make chasnas, we help people with tefillin for, and we help almonas, yisoyim v'chu. We're busy, and then the alkuam yeshivas. That we wissen, we have a koyach hatfilah, and das is unser Avoid. Unser Avoid, Avoid sei, is bim es boinen, Yerushalayim ircho, es zemal dovel. Hamal de Shchinose Utzion, davenin, vi boinen shoyim, gib uns shein, as so shem kuivern, uvo Utzion goyo, Bishum shein zoiche sein zu der Guh, schleima bim Herr, wie mein Name.